recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am back upstairs in the studio getting this thing warmed up because it will not be long before we are, in fact, together again.
Oh, yeah.
In studio, in person. We are reopening soon. And I am freaking pumped about it. I'm just looking around at the empty chairs near me, and I'm like, it's going to be so great. But for now, I have almost the same thing because Ben Young is with me today. Hey, Ben.
Good morning, and you look great in that chair.
I look great every chair. I look great in every chair. Oh, Jonathan, words.
Have some more of that coffee, bruh.
Carmela Smith is also with us today. Hello, Carmela.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We have two amazing guests today. Adam Freed is with us today. Hello, Adam.
Hello. I gotta say
Welcome
that chair
back.
looks great with you on it.
Oh, see, that's it's kinky. No, I mean, I'll take it.
We are.
I'll
It
take
is 10:22 in the morning. We are already off the rails.
That's how we roll. And Ryan Madden is with us today. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing great. Welcome to the show. So I want to get to know you guys a little bit better. We'll start with Adam. Tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts,
Condolences.
where I'm a high school math teacher. So bring on the math. And for fun, I've been getting into speedrunning video games. And I'll actually say I'm a world record holder.
Are you really?
For a speedrun. Now, before you get too excited.
For what game?
It is the Nintendo 64 edition of Wheel of Fortune. But,
I'm into it.
It counts. Still counts.
How do you speed run Wheel of Fortune?
There's only so many puzzles in the game. There's about 4,000 puzzles in the game. And so the goal is just to basically complete a show of 6 puzzles in a bonus round faster than anyone else has completed it.
And how fast is your time?
4 minutes and 53 seconds.
That sounds pretty great. That's faster than I can do it. I'm now entertaining thoughts of creating a world record for myself. It's something to do with this show. Just got to get Guinness to buy in. Ryan, tell us where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I am also in the Boston area. I'm in Somerville currently.
Sorry to hear that.
Which is right outside of Boston. I am a law student. I go to school in Boston, and I'm originally from Cape Cod, so I've been in Massachusetts my whole life. Unfortunately, like you alluded to, Jonathan, it's been very cold and very snowy here up until probably last week. In the cold months, I like to ski. I like to go up to Maine, which isn't too far, and ski. And then now this week, now that the weather's been turning a little bit, I do like to golf. I golf poorly, but it's a great way to see nature when you spend a lot of time in the woods like that instead of on the fairway or where you're supposed to be. But hopefully this is the summer we turn it around.
That's fantastic. That reminds me, Chris and I went to TPC Sawgrass a couple of years ago here in Jacksonville. And one of the things that I noticed, because it was my first time at a big golf tournament, I noticed just how much nature was actually involved in it. It's really beautiful. And so we saw, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some kind of large rodent scurrying across one of the fairways. And a freaking hawk swooped down, grabbed him, and took him off from maybe 50 feet in front of us. It was crazy.
That's probably my favorite type of viral video that goes on that is just so Florida, and I love it. It's just whenever someone's golfing and you just see a dinosaur of an alligator crawling across. It's only in Florida. It's incredible. It's astounding. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. No, yeah, here in Florida, the golfer's like, yeah, alligator, you can play through. Go ahead.
Yeah, just fine with a dinosaur.
Gotta watch out for those gators, though.
I have a mental picture of Ryan. Like if he's married, he's grabbed his golf clubs and it's like, okay, honey, I'm going on a nature walk. I'll be back in 3 hours. Okay.
It's like, I thought you were golfing. Where'd all these briars come from?
Meanwhile, what you don't realize is the Hawks are actually owned by the course. They help keep the place clean.
Oh, they're
Take
green
all the
Hawks.
rodents out. Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's time for us to get rolling with Warming Up Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
The part of Chris will be played by Jonathan today. Jonathan's very excited about that. So something that I've noticed is that I'm talking more and more about Disney now. So MJ is a big Disney lady, and so we talk about Disney a lot. And I love Disney, so that's great. And so I came up with a Disney Warm It Up Chris based on one of our conversations. We were talking about the rides that were active on day one at Walt Disney World. Day one at Walt Disney World was October 1st, 1971. I have a list of rides. Some of them were open on day one. Some of them were not. I'm going to want you to tell me, were they open on day one or not? I saw Adam freak out for a second because he's like, I don't know the name of any rides. I don't need you to know the name of any rides, so you'll be okay. I'm not making you complete a list. All right, are we ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Ben Young, we'll start with you. We're going to say the Carousel of Progress.
I'm going to say, yes, it was open.
That's a good start, Ben, because it is wrong. It opened in 1975.
All right.
Yeah, no, it seems like it would have, right? I thought it did too. The animatronics, the revolving scenes, the really old-looking stuff. No, but it was 4 years later. Okay, Adam. The Country Bear Jamboree, which is very close to our hearts based on episode 100, I think it was, with the Country Bear Jamboree answer.
They did scary things back then. Let's say it was open.
It was one of the original attractions at Disney World. Good job. Carmela.
What's up?
You get Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
I think I've been on Thunder Mountain. It's been a long time since I've been to Disney. It's been since 2006.
It's iconic. It's the one with the like Old West themed like.
No, I'm familiar with it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to remember. Like, did it feel old while I was there? I'm going to say that it was
1979. 1979. 8 years later. Yep. All right, Ryan. You get the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's a classic.
Isn't it great?
With how established it is, I'm going to say yes, that was there. That had to be there.
The Haunted Mansion was one of the original attractions at Disney World. Great job. Ben, you get the Jungle Cruise.
So you're reading these off, and I realize how much stuff we did not do when I went to Disney World the last time, which was also my first time, because I don't recognize any of these rides. Jungle Cruise, I'm going to say no, it was not open.
It was, in fact, one of the original attractions at Disney World. Yes. You are
perfect.
2 for 2, my friend.
I'm perfect.
All right, Adam. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Wow, this has the whole lineage of like, it was a ride, then it was a movie. Now it's a ride based on the movie, and they're probably going to make a TV show based on the ride, based on the movie, based on the ride. Let's say.
Come on, ride this theme. Choo-choo theme.
No, that's newer than 71.
So it opened in Disneyland in 1966, I believe. 7 years later, it opened in Disney World, which was 1973, 2 years after the opening of the park.
Right.
Really good job. Carmela, you get Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
No.
yes. Yes, it was. Oh, it was great, too. I remember you get in a little buggy, like the car. Oh, it's a lot of fun. I love that ride.
I'm just going to sit here and drink my tea.
Ryan, you get Spaceship Earth.
So it's going to be right in that moon space race craze. So would they have wanted to implement something like that right away? But I'm thinking they might not have had... I'm not familiar with this ride, but I'm thinking to get a good spaceship ride, they wouldn't have had the technology at that time for it. So I'll say no.
So this was a bit of a trick question. Spaceship Earth is the name of the giant ball that you see at Epcot.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So it was not open when Walt Disney World opened. It was open when Epcot opened later, like in 1982. So you are correct. It was not open.
It's funny, too, because that is a very opposite way of what I was thinking. That is a very grounded,
the most iconic ride. Right?
Yeah.
When you were saying, no, I mean, I don't know if I've seen this one. I'm like, I guarantee you've seen this one.
A few times, yep.
Okay, Ben.
Yep.
Sticking with the space stuff, Mission to Mars.
I'm going to say no, it was not open.
It was not. You are correct. 1975.
Oh, I broke my streak.
There was a ride called Flight to the Moon that was open in 71, and it was in the same space, but it was not the same ride. By the way, Mission to Mars, if I'm remembering correctly, was scary as hell. Oh, man. Like, you'd get in there, and your ship would be breaking apart, and there were, like... I just remember it being really scary. It was really good. Okay, Adam. You get the Mad Tea Party.
I was hoping you would give me Flight to the Moon. Mad Tea Party. That's just like the teacup thing. That's maybe it had a different name, but they had to have had a teacup ride in 71. I'm going to say it was there.
It was there. Great job. That is correct.
That's the first one on this list I recognize, because we were on that ride.
I've been on that, yeah. I've been on most of these.
You didn't know Haunted Mansion, Ben?
No, because the first time I went was 2 years ago, and I had a 4-year-old at the time. So
yeah.
We were limited what we could do.
I know that feeling. Carmela, you get the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
I haven't gotten one of these right.
That's because you are perfect.
Perfectly wrong all the time. Yes.
It debuted in 1999.
God.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Sorry about that. Ryan, you get the Tomorrowland Speedway. So this is in Tomorrowland. These were the cars.
I do recognize it. This isn't. Oh, so it's not. I was thinking it was the test crash one. Unless that is that one. Oh,
no, this is driving around. It basically gave kids the chance to drive.
50-50 shot, and we're still all crushed. I'll say why not?
It is. You are correct. So this is, I was watching, I think it was the Imagineering thing on Disney Plus, and they talked about day one. This was one of the most interesting pieces. It was such a popular attraction that kids would just jump out of line and basically carjack the other kids as they were coming into the station. They would literally run onto the track and pull them out of the car so they could get in and take off.
Wow.
Happiest place on earth.
I mean, you saw, they had video of it. It's crazy.
Wow.
So when you were reading the name of the attraction, I thought you were saying Tomorrowland Speedwagon. And I was like,
I love it. Riding the storm out. Okay, we're going to go one more time around. Ben, you can get to 50-50 here. Peter Pan's Flight.
Oh, I was hoping I could get Space Mountain, because my reference for that for Ric Flair. Oldest ride, longest line. Peter Pan's what?
Flight.
I'm going to say yes, it was there.
That is correct. It was there. And
nice.
So it was a little bit of a different version, but a lot of it's still the same. That's a fantastic ride. You're essentially in like a Captain Hook kind of boat. That's your vehicle, and you end up flying over Neverland and like looking down in London below you. And when you're in the line, when you're in the line and you get in that ride, it doesn't look like it should be possible what is happening when you're in the ride. The building's not tall enough. The ground's too close. I don't know how they do it, but it's awesome.
I don't know if this will work, but yeah, it does work. So I have a picture of me on this ride at grad night, my senior year of high school. I'll put it in the thing so you can see what the ride looks like.
Oh, this is cool.
That is
yes. Cool. And you see, like, you are basically, you must be suspended or you're on a rail one, but you're way up high, it feels like. This ride is so good.
This is the last time I was at Disney.
All right, Adam, your last one. Actually, you're going to get Space Mountain.
I'm pretty sure that is in like Magic Kingdom area.
All of these are going to be Magic Kingdom.
That's not true. I did give him Spaceship Earth.
Was,
that was the only one that wasn't Magic Kingdom, though.
This is the one where, like, if you're too tall, your head gets lopped off, basically. Like, it's very close quarters inside that little mountain. It's old. Let's say it's from 71. I believe it.
It is old. 1975.
Oh,
4 years after the opening of the park.
Oh, Ric Flair lied to me.
Well, all right, Carmela, your last one.
Okay.
Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
Tiki culture was still pretty big in the early 70s, like, you know, as far as bar rooms and things like that. I'm going to say yes.
You are correct.
Yes.
Yes, and this was this is the one where, like, the birds are animatronic and they have a little show that they do while you're in there.
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel I watch called How to Drink, and he talks about that Tiki room fairly often. So,
and it looks like Ben really hated this Warming Up Chris because he
like,
left.
Fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like,
sorry,
peace out, y'all Disney bull crap.
I was looking at Carmela's picture and clicked the wrong X.
Why are you trying to X on Carmela's picture, dude? Jeez.
No, I was trying to get back to the show and clicked out of it accidentally.
All right, the last one, Ryan. This one's for you. You're going to get Pete's Silly Sideshow.
Never heard of this one. It sounds, I hate to say it, boring, which almost makes me think an original. So I'm going to say it was there in 71. I'll say it was an original.
You fell for my trap.
Oh, is that not even a lie?
2012, bro.
Oh my God.
2012. I looked at the name. I was like, that sounds very oldish. I'm going to put that one in there.
It just seems with the modern rides, they try and do these like grandiose, explosion names. And then in the 70s, they were just like, I fell right for it.
This is what it is.
So Pete is in Disney culture, Pete is like Mickey's nemesis. He's the bad guy in a lot of Mickey's cartoons.
He's Bluto.
He's essentially Bluto in Disney. Exactly. He didn't really start gaining popularity. I think he probably started gaining popularity in the Goofy movies in the 90s because he was also Goofy's neighbor in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and he was one of the bad guys in the Kingdom Hearts series. So Kingdom Hearts, 2002 all the way up through now. So he probably gained a lot of popularity through that series as well. So
he's been gaining popularity, I guess, 20, 30 years now. Now he's one of the regulars on even like the Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, I was going to say that his character got softened pretty significantly on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse show, which started running, I think, 2006 or 7.
Yeah, he was one of the originals. He was, and I know it's a diatribe about Pete, but he was in Steamboat Willie. He was the boss in Steamboat Willie.
Yep.
Oh, that's your warm it up, Chris question. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're a little bit warmed up. I gotta be. I don't have to be honest. That's not what I want to say.
Lie to us, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie to you. The show that inspired this conversation and inspired this warm it up, Chris, was on Disney Plus. It's their Imagineering series. If you're interested in Disney behind the scenes stuff, it's really great. If you're just interested in how things get done or Disney trivia, that's a really good show to watch, and it's pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it. All right, so. This is episode number 322 today. We're going to have a great time. I want to do a big shout out to everyone who supports the show. You guys make everything that we do possible. If you want more Trivial Warfare, there is more Trivial Warfare for you. You just have to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up. $5 a month will get you access to our entire archive, over 200 episodes. And there are some runs of really great episodes in that 200. But not only 200 archived episodes, but every other week we put out a show on the main feed, and then the next week is a show that's patrons only. And that's how we go. We repeat that every week. So you're missing out. And if you don't want to miss out, go to Trivial Warfare Army and sign up to become a member of the Army. All right, so today's matchup, really excited. It is going to be Carmela and Ryan versus Adam and Ben. Now, I'm irritated with Ben, though, because when he left, he got catty-cornered to Adam, so now the teams are separated on my screen. Thanks, Ben.
So shift him around.
Oh, you're welcome.
I can't drag him.
I'm like Barry Sanders, man. I'm shifty.
It's time to play the game.
Play us. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Here we go. I have the questions over here. Round 1, question 1. Your category is games. What Hasbro game that takes its name from the Swahili word meaning to build was launched by game designer Leslie Scott at the London Toy Fair in 1983?
And you're looking for a board game?
I said, what Hasbro game?
Okay.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, Carmela and Ryan, you can talk.
I don't know.
I threw Tonka out there immediately. Tonka trucks, Tonka building, that construction-centric toy. But like I said, it's not really a game. I definitely played Tonka games as a kid, but they were more derivative from the toys. They weren't really games.
Right.
And I just like the sound of the name Tonka. I just thought it had a Swahili ring to it.
It's going to be the name of my next album, Swahili Ring.
Oh, Jenga? No, because you're not really building a Jenga, are you? You're more...
I mean, you are building a tower.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I almost wonder if that has a more Asian history to it, the name Jenga.
It might, but I mean, I know that game has been around since at least the 90s, so it kind of fits the time frame. You are technically building something. You're building a tower.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there is. Yeah, as much as you're deconstructing, you are building it back up.
Yeah.
So and I definitely like that more as a game as opposed to Tonka, which is a toy.
Yeah, I'm cool with Jenga. I mean, that's going to be probably the best thing that I'm going to come up with.
Yeah, I didn't brush up on my Swahili, so just gotta go for it, I guess.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go with Jenga.
Okay. Ben and Adam, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm so mad right now. I was going to be like, oh, you were so close because it's Jenga. Yeah, it is totally Jenga. Definitely all about building that stuff up. And I think I've actually written a question similar to this. So like as soon as this was happening, I was like, oh, I've researched this. This is Jenga.
You are 100% correct. It is Jenga. Good job. Everybody gets 10 points.
Ooh.
Woo! Ric Flair making an appearance, or maybe an owl. One of those two.
It could be anything.
Oh, I want a Ric Flair owl mashup.
Oh, yeah, we got to work on that.
All right, round 1, question 2. Your category is brands. What bakery's name became synonymous with flying discs due to games on the Yale University campus throwing and catching their pie tins?
Can you repeat, please?
Of course. What bakery's name became synonymous with flying discs due to games on the Yale University campus throwing and catching their pie tins? Meaning the bakery's pie tins.
Right.
All right, we're locked in.
Oh, cool. You guys can talk.
So Adam, we have been talking about it. This could be Frisbee, because that's the thing that's being referenced here. I'm not sure if Frisbee got his name from a bakery or not. And we started talking about where Yale is located and if there are any big time bakeries there that we could draw reference from. But I'm not aware of anything there.
Right. And Whammo is like the toy company, or at least the brand name of the disc that, people would throw. I think like if you get like Frisbee is a brand name, I believe, because people who play Ultimate don't use Frisbees, they use discs. So I'm wondering maybe if it's like Whammo, but Whammo is kind of an intense name for a bakery, whereas Frisbee kind of feels like a nice name for a bakery.
Yeah, it could be someone's last name.
Yeah. And like I could see Frisbee. The only other thing I'm thinking for Frisbee is in terms of like where do you come up with the name of a flying pie tin being Frisbee? It's like maybe that's the sound it makes. It's like whizzing by and it's like Frisbee. It's just like flies right at your head.
I want to lock in with Frisbee for that reason alone.
The B sound is when it hits you in the noggin. Frisbee.
Yeah. Because like I would rather go to a bakery called Frisbee and get a nice cupcake than like go to a bakery called Whammo. And
that doesn't sound great.
I feel like you just get like knuckle sandwiches there or whatever.
But like you could get like a really big cupcake from Whammo.
It's true.
Wow.
They wham it down on the counter.
Oh.
It's like what the cupcakes do in your stomach after you eat it. Whammo! And no. Let's go with Frisbee. I think that's the best we got.
Let's do it.
All right. Carmela and Ryan.
To avoid overthinking it, we're like, was Frisbee ever a bakery? And we couldn't think of a Frisbee, a bakery called Frisbee, but logic was maybe they sold the rights to the name after like they made money from the actual item. So we also went with Frisbee.
So the correct answer, this bakery was never, I don't believe, ever a chain or anything like that. It was just a local bakery, and it was Frisbee's Bakery.
Woo.
Yay.
So Frisbee is the correct answer. 10 points to everybody. Good job.
Nice.
All right, round one, question 3. Your category is music.
Music.
What 1988 number one hit won the Grammy for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Vocal Performance from a Male in that year's 31st Annual Grammy Awards? It would later go on to be named number 15 on VH1's list of all-time greatest one-hit wonders.
We're locked in.
Okie dokie. Adam and Ben.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay, so the first thing you wrote was Rico Suave, and I feel like that was later in the 90s. I know that Debut by EU was released around that time because I remember dancing to that song when I was in 5th grade, 6th grade, which would have been 88. But EU, I'm pretty sure, is a band, not a solo act. MC Hammer, this would have been a little early for Hammer. I think he won all his stuff in like late 89 or 90. So we then you said Rick Astley. I'm like, man, that seems right here. And then I thought about Vanilla Ice, which I always get the years a little bit mixed up on that. And then, like you said, I don't know if that's considered pop or not, even though that song was so big when it came out. Like, he was on SNL and everything.
Yeah. I've just been, like, trying to go through my, childhood Weird Al collection and just think about all the parodies and being like, all right.
That's not a bad way to attack this.
Wonders. Right. That's where Rico Suave came from. And you're saying that Never Gonna Give You Up was actually, like, popular when it came out? It didn't just become a meme later?
I know that it was obviously it was a music video that was played a lot at the time. I'm pretty sure it went to number 1 at the time. I'm not 100% sure.
I could see that being like 84, 85, like 88 almost seems a little late for it, just in terms of how amazing the music video is in its stylings.
I want to lean towards Never Gonna Give You Up just because I don't know that Vanilla Ice will make it to number 15 only because of the amount of controversy around sampling the beats and so forth. So
sure, either that or he's like number 2.
Yeah, let's go with Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right, Carmela and Ryan.
We landed with same exact thing. We had a big old bag of nothing for a long, long time. I tried to be cheeky and answer halfway through you asking the question And I was thinking Michael Jackson. And then you said One Hit Wonder. And I said, okay, so probably not Michael Jackson.
I put it in there for a reason.
I threw out MC Hammer as well, but Carmela was smart enough to note that it was probably a little too early. And then she said, hold on, is Jonathan rickrolling us? So we locked in as well with Never Gonna Give You Up, Rick Astley.
Jonathan is not rickrolling you.
Bobby McFerrin.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Wow.
Don't worry, be happy. Yeah, it's Don't Worry, Be Happy. It was a mega hit.
It was.
It was huge.
It was.
Sorry, guys. No points on that question. Good try, though. I like the logic. The logic was great. And at the end of the first round, it's 20-20.
Bobby McFerrin also did one of the theme songs for The Cosby Show. I think it was their third or fourth season.
You know what? I can kind of hear that in the music now that you mentioned it.
Yep.
And did Rick Astley have one other song? I thought he might have had one other song that was okay.
I don't know, but MC Hammer definitely had more hits.
Yeah.
I mean, he had Pray.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you pray. Pray.
Yeah,
He also had Too Legit to Quit.
He had Pumps and a Bump.
Ben, you are locked in on Da Butt, by the way. This is the second time in like the last 3 recordings we're like, well, I know the butt was popular.
Hey, man.
I'm not asking about the butt, dude.
10-year-old Ben really
great.
loved it.
That song was great.
Do you think Da Butt won the Grammy for Record and Song of the Year?
I don't know. I wasn't watching the Grammys when I was 10. I was doing the butt. Okay, I was busy.
If that's a great alternate reality, though. The Humpty Dance would have been Song of the Year, too.
Yeah, R.I.P. to
good.
Shock G. Humpty just died.
R.I.P. to Shock G, man. Legend. Did you know that he once got busy in a Burger King bathroom?
I did
That's
know
what
that.
legend says.
I did know
legend
that.
says.
He also drinks all the Hennessy you got on your shelf.
It's a damn shame, too.
Yeah.
That's why I keep my Hennessy in
That's
the
why
closet
we can't
down
have
below.
nothing nice.
That's right. My Hennessy's always in the cabinet. Round 2, question 1. Your category is movies and TV. What performer, who is probably best recognized for her work on the TV show Martin, made her motion picture debut as one of the 3 chorus singers in the movie Little Shop of Horrors?
All right, we're locked in.
She was Gina on Martin. She was in the House Party movies. She was kids' love interest in the House Party movies. She also was Damon Wayans' wife in his sitcom. Tashina Arnold is the name in my head, and that is not the right name. She was Pam on Martin. So that's not the correct name. Oh, I know this actress, obviously. I know everything she was in. I just can't remember her name. I'm going to get my black card revoked for this. All right, we're going to have to just go with the last name here and take a stab.
And I'm just sitting here watching because like every name I can come up with, I know is wrong. I'm like, they're either from the 50s or now, or it's just, mid-90s.
That's a wide range.
Yes, but no one from the mid-90s.
It's either Gregory Peck or Aquafina. Take your pick.
I don't know.
What a spread.
I know, right? The 50s or now.
God, I can't even think of a good last name to guess.
Are we going with like does this person have a very common last name? Are we going with like down Johnson Street, or is it, are we?
I want to say W is coming to mind. So maybe
Williams
or a Washington. Not Washington. It's not going to be Washington. I think we're just going to have to go with like a Williams.
Okay.
We'll just go with Williams. I hate myself.
Okay, Carmela and Ryan.
So I actually used to watch the Damon Wayans one, My Wife and Kids. I actually liked that show. But I can only remember one actress from Martin, and it is Gina, and that's Tisha Campbell.
Yes! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, dude, I was feeling sorry for you just now. Honest to God, that's like me asking about a starter on the 1989 Pistons and you blanking on it right there. That's your show. I felt so bad, man. You'll have to deposit your card in the morning. I'm sorry. Tisha Campbell is the answer. Yeah, so I ran across like a clip from Little Shop of Horrors, and I saw the 3 singers doing the chorus. I'm like, holy, is that Tisha Campbell? Sure enough, that was her movie debut.
Nice job, Carmela.
Yeah, that was great.
She's great. I love her. I just couldn't remember her name.
We all feel bad for Ben right now. It's like
I was actually, people will post clips of different things like on Facebook or whatever. And someone had recently done the dance scene from House Party. And so I'm like, oh, that's the actress from Martin. Like, what's her name? And I looked up her name like a few weeks ago. So,
ooh, useful. Great job.
And Ben, it was great because you got your background filter on, and so when you like recoiled backwards in horror, you were flickering in and out of existence. I was like, oh no, he's gone.
He was having an existential crisis. Yeah. Okay. Round 2, question 2. Your category is classic ships. What is the unfortunate name for a classic Chinese sailing vessel with up to 5 masts with sails that can be spread or closed like a Venetian blind? I remember it from my childhood as the style of ship sailed by the pirates in the Swiss Family Robinson remake by Disney.
Yeah, we'll lock in.
All right, Ryan and Carmela, you could talk.
I mean, I wrote it as a joke, but that might be our best answer.
Yeah. Like I said, the movie hint is no help for me, but I'm just focusing on the unfortunate name. So Carmela threw out sinking ship, which I like. I just wonder if it's too on the nose. Is it something like a slow? Like, isn't a slow a name for a ship, like SLOUGH? You don't want to be on a slow ship. You'd rather be on a fast ship.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I think I like sinking a little more.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why you would call it that, unless it's a reference to maybe the sails that he was talking about, the way they drop down like a blind, they sink.
Or maybe they drop down super fast and they call it a slow. I don't know.
I thought a slow might be a name for a ship. I've been reading those Master and Commander books, and I'm trying to think of what, there's a schooner, a slip.
There's a sloop.
A sloop. Yeah, it's those the slow words. So that's why slow almost rings home to me, but I almost like sink more if you want to go with that. Which one do you like better?
I don't know. I mean, it would literally be a coin flip for me.
I just wonder because you came up with sink so quick. Should we just go with the gut answer?
I came up with it quick because I was making a joke.
yeah. But
it wasn't like oh, I think it's this. It was like I was literally making a joke.
I have no evidence to back up slow, except like it just kind of popped in my head as maybe the name for a ship.
I mean, it's better logic than what I have. Like ha ha joke. I think slow would make more sense, especially for like a sailing ship, and it sounds more old.
yeah, like that old sailing English. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to lock in with that?
Yeah, we'll say slow.
Adam and Ben.
Jonathan, you said has an unfortunate name, and my brain just went, oh, junk. And then it was like, okay, let's hear out the rest of the question. And you go, it can have up to 5 masts. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. And you're like, and the sails can be folded up like a Venetian blind. And I went, I don't know. And you said, and it's the type of boat that they use in Swiss Family Robinson. And I went, oh, yeah, I don't know. So I know that a junk is a type of boat, I believe, from East Asia. It's got kind of an unfortunate name, and if it wasn't going to be that, we were not coming up with another name of a boat. So we said junk.
The name of this Chinese sailing vessel is a junk.
Yeah, there was
Good
no way I
job,
was gonna
Adam.
that.
Yeah, good pull, Adam.
Good job.
That was really well done. So, yeah, I gave you the movie just in case that helped you get a visual in your head. That's all. That's the only reason that part was in the question. Round 2, question 3. Your category is award winners. What song by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in the 2017 Pixar film Coco?
We're locked in.
Okay. Ben and Adam, they came quick.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Man, the Mjolnir's downstairs.
Meow meow.
Oh my God.
Slacker.
It's awful. I should I'm going to call for a delivery. I'm going to mute myself while they're talking.
I didn't see it. I guess you didn't see it either.
No, when that question started, I was like, all right, this is the Coco song. What is the Coco song called? Maybe it's called like I'm Still Dead. Like what?
So
La Coco Racha, La Coco Racha.
So if we're doing wild guesses, the only wild guess I would really have here would be like Dia de los Muertos, which was that's part of the thematic of the movie. So if we're guessing, if we're gonna go for a good educated guess, that's gonna be my contribution.
Meow Meow has made an appearance.
Tell that kid to quit getting taller.
Yeah, he's getting so
Oh,
big.
I know. It's crazy.
We're gonna lock in with Dia de los Muertos.
Okay. Carmela and Ryan.
If you haven't seen Coco, you should. I don't see a lot of animated movies, but my girlfriend, this was one that she said we have to watch. So last Halloween, it's not like a horror movie, Halloween movie, but it's around Dia de los Muertos. We watched it, and it has a song that really doesn't have a lot of, it's not like you would have thought, but it's a song called Remember Me. It's a very slow acoustic song, and it's very pretty. And the scene that they played at the end, it is a tearjerker, but it's a great song. So we locked in with Remember Me.
Remember me.
A great film to watch with your family, especially watch it with your parents. Oh my gosh, so good. Unfortunately, Ben and Adam did not follow instructions because the answer was Remember Me. It's right there. He said Remember Me, and you guys didn't.
But if you never knew it, is it really not remembering?
No, that's true. It will be just membering. There's no reason. I couldn't even remember it.
And I don't think Remember Me is a great song for a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
All right. At the end of the second round, the score is 40 for Ryan and Carmela, and it is 30 for Adam and Ben. Going into the third round, your first category is science.
Science.
All right. Shout out to Ryan Miller for this question.
Yay, another Ryan.
Listeria monocytogenes is a disease-causing bacteria that can be found in contaminated foods like milk, ice cream, hot dogs, and undercooked meat. It was named after a 19th century surgeon that revolutionized antiseptic surgical techniques. What common antiseptic was also named after him? It is monocytogenes.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Oakley dokley. Carmela and Ryan.
We were just about to lock in. So you said Listeria, and the first thing I thought of like Listerine. So that's what I wrote in the chat, and that's what we're going to go with. So Listerine.
Okay, Adam and Ben.
Yeah, we came to the same conclusion. My reference to this is, my wife is 8 months pregnant, and she is purposely not eating certain types of food as a means of avoiding contracting this bacteria because it can be harmful to the unborn child. But we locked in also with Listerine.
Named after Joseph Lister. The answer is Listerine.
Yay!
Really great job. Really great job.
Yeah. So funny story. When my wife was pregnant with our first child, Italian subs are one of her favorite things to eat of all time.
I can't have cold cuts.
Yeah, she can't eat cold cuts because of the risk of the bacteria. So literally, as soon as she pushed out the baby, she held the baby and she was like, I want an Italian sub. So I literally had to leave the hospital and go to Publix to get a sub. And like the birth certificate people came while I was gone. So I literally was unable to sign my child's birth certificate because I was running to get a sub.
And you did what any good father and husband would do.
Yes, I did.
Yes, baby. Yeah. I'm on the way.
Exactly.
I will support you in this need.
Yes.
All right, round 3, question 2. Your category is we going to church.
Take me to church.
Now this one, while the other stuff has been indirectly inspired, not everything that MJ and I talk about is Disney. So this was inspired by MJ. The Sagrada Familia, an unfinished church designed by famous architect Antoni Gaudí and UNESCO heritage site, is found in what city on the Iberian Peninsula?
We're locking in with Meow Meows.
Whoa! Meow! Good question to have Meow Meows on.
As soon as you started reading the question, Jonathan, I just said, it's Barcelona or Madrid. I know it's one of the two. I almost hope you didn't ask what city it was in because this is just going to torture me. This is that church that every girl who studies abroad takes a picture in front of. And I've seen it 100 times.
I would say Barcelona then.
Yeah,
I feel like Barcelona is more of a study abroad destination than Madrid.
That's the rationale I was thinking as well. I just if I had to pick between the two, I was leaning towards Madrid. Oh, this is horrible.
If it's like the one that everyone takes a picture of while they're studying abroad, I feel more that's Barcelona.
But the thing is, when you study abroad in Europe, Europe's so interconnected, even though it's the same country. But people do the weekend trips all the time. Barcelona's on the coast. In my mind, this was more inland for some reason, like Madrid.
Yeah, that would be Madrid, yeah.
Oh, but if it's Barcelona, I may quit.
No, don't leave. I need you for the rest of the game.
You know, you liked Barcelona. I feel like we should. In my mind, it's not on the coast. It's not near the ocean.
Okay, then it would be Madrid.
Okay, let's go Madrid.
All right, Madrid.
God.
Okay, Ben and Adam.
Instead of coming at this from an architectural standpoint, I'll just say, as a math teacher, this building actually has an engraving of a magic square on the side, where it's a 4x4 square with numbers in it, and I learned about this in math school, which is weird. But instead of having
school for that?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to math school.
Yeah, that was dorky, right? That was good.
I love it. You kidding?
But instead of having normally in a 4x4 magic square, you use the numbers 1 through 16 each once, and every row and column adds up to 34. But this magic square is a little different. It doesn't have two of the numbers. I think it's missing a 12 and a 16, and it's got some duplicates, and every row and column adds up to 33 because Gaudi wanted it to be representing the age of Jesus at death. All of this is to say that the building is in Barcelona, 100% in Barcelona.
So the correct answer is Barcelona, Spain. And so this is a gorgeous building. It was started in the late 1800s. He passed away in the 1920s, I believe, and it was unfinished at the time of his death. It has been continually developed since his death with funding from user donations all the way to the present day. So people love this building. It's stunning, and they keep giving money to help build it. And for 100 years, it's been continually growing and trying to be completed. And it's in Barcelona.
Carmela,
the original
I'm so
Patreon.
sorry.
They might as well open a Kickstarter for it now. And apparently Barcelona is like one of the coolest cities to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Now I got to go there. I'm going to go there and
take a picture in front of the building.
Take a picture in front of it.
Yeah. Love it. All right. That was really important get for Adam and Ben too. Really good. All right. Round 3, question 3. Your category is mega hits.
Mega hits.
Shout out to Clint Givens. I really enjoyed this question.
Thanks, Clint.
So there's going to be 2 answers here. One is a 2002 mega hit that spent 12 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, won 2 Grammy Awards, and was the first hip-hop song to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song. And while the word used is hip-hop, I would say rap, just to be clear. The other is a 2015 mega hit that topped the charts in 15 different countries and remained in the Billboard Top 10 for 42 non-consecutive weeks, and was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards, Song of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. Name both of these songs whose titles differ by only a single letter.
Wow. We're going to lock in with 1 meow meow.
Oh, okay. So we're
upgrading that.
We're going to upgrade it to 2?
Oh, all of them.
We're going to all 3, huh? Okay, let's do it.
Oh, crap.
I do not feel that many meow meows right now.
No.
But I mean, I am almost 100% sure that first one he's talking about is Lose Yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
So, and that gives us a really good base to work from because we have the name of the first song. I mean, Lost Yourself. I mean, you're right. That does sound like a Sam Smith song.
I'm just trying to place myself in 2015 and what was a mega hit around then. It's Justin Bieber time, kind of.
Yeah. 2015 is a big blur for me. It was a rough year.
Yeah. Oh, got it.
What?
It is Justin Bieber. It's Love Yourself. It's the Sean.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yep. All right.
my God.
That jumps out now. Love yourself.
All right. They've locked in with Lose Yourself and Love Yourself. Adam and Ben.
We had a very similar conversation. I thought originally that he was looking for hustle and flow here in the song "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp," because I know that won an Academy Award. But then you're not going to come to another song that's the same title with one letter difference. It was
It's
like
hard out here for a
You
simp.
don't remember the
hard out here for a simp.
I should write that song.
That's not a bad show title, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the name of the show. It's hard out here for a simp.
That's pretty good. Now, I like it more and more.
Oh man. But no, we came to the same answers, and we eventually upgraded to 3 Meow Meows once we realized "Lose Yourself" was around the beginning of Eminem's career, and then so he had "Lose Yourself." He was like, "I've never heard of Love Yourself." I'm like, yeah, that's totally a Bieber song. So we locked in with "Lose Yourself" and "Love Yourself."
You guys figured it out. It was a wonderful question. The answer is "Lose Yourself" and "Love Yourself." Great job.
Great job.
I loved that question. That was a great one.
Me
Good
too.
question, Clint.
I loved watching you figure it out, too. Adam and Ben swept the round. They now have 60 points. Ryan and Carmela missed one. They now have 60 points. It is 60-60 going into the midpoint. All right, your midpoint is in geography.
Geography.
There are 6 states in Mexico that border the United States. I'll give you 5 points for each of the first 4 you can name, and I will add an additional 2 points for each additional Mexican state you can name. Shout out to the Bonus Brigade. Bonus Brigade!
Do you mind if I call Jane Carmichael right quick?
That would be problematic. I noticed that while our understanding of Canadian geography has gotten better over the years, our understanding of Mexican geography is still not great.
Not great. No.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I guess I'm saying more for me than anybody else, but...
All right, we're going to lock in.
Carmela and Ryan, you can talk. You don't have too much time, though. We've been on it for a while.
And when we're trying to also work off of me really believing there are 2 Bajas. Because I feel like I remember there being 2 Bajas. All right, so we're going to say Chihuahua, Baja California, Baja, Guadalajara, Sonora, and Jalisco.
Okay. And then Adam and Ben, what were you thinking?
Yeah, so Adam had a mnemonic for this, I think helped us out quite a bit. You want to share that?
Yeah, so I know that west to east, just because this has come up in so many trivia leagues, west to east, it's BSC, CNT, and we were able to get the first BS and C of Baja California, Sonora, and Chihuahua. There are 2 Bajas. There's a second one down below the first one. It's like Baja California Sur, or Sur for South. And then we were struggling with the other ones. So we got the N. Ben suggested Nuevo, and that triggered Nuevo Leon. C, we said Chilaquiles, and T, it was something like Tiampas, but we said like Tiampanas. So Tiampanas.
And our only reasoning for chilaquiles is that it's a delicious dish, Mexican dish.
Oh, it's great.
So chilaquiles was as good a guess answer as any.
Okay, so you all did really well. You did really well. So your answers from left to right, and your mnemonic is perfect, Adam. BSCCNT, Baja California, far left, Sonora, and Chihuahua are all correct. The other 3 are Coahuila. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It is, or it might be, Coahuila, Nuevo Leon, and Tamaulipas. So Adam and Ben will get 20 for Baja California, Sonora, Chihuahua, and Nuevo Leon, and Carmela and Ryan will get 15 for those first 3. Woo. Good job out of you all.
Better than I thought we were going to do.
Agreed. I'm happy with that.
At the end of the midpoint, the score is 80 for Adam and Ben to 75 for Ryan and Carmela. All right, everybody, that is the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You guys already know about BetterHelp because I've been talking about them for weeks now. I love BetterHelp. They are a fantastic way to get connected with a licensed counselor to provide services to you on a weekly basis, even a daily basis if you want to use messaging for the purpose. You can talk to someone who can help you get control of your life, give you a release, sometimes just give you somebody to talk to. BetterHelp assesses your needs. They put you together with your own licensed professional therapist. You're going to get started. It's going to take less than 48 hours. It is super convenient. You can message your counselor at any time, and I use this. So you guys know I've been using BetterHelp for a while. I love Crystal, my counselor. I message her. Sometimes I message her multiple times a day, and sometimes I don't message her for weeks. It depends on what's going on in my life and what I'm trying to accomplish. There was a couple of months where I talked to her every day through messaging. And there's been a couple of months where I might have said hi just once just to keep the connection going, but because things were going well and I wasn't trying to do something new. See, BetterHelp is committed to facilitating these great matches with counselors. They have specialists in relationships, sleeping, grief, LGBTQ matters, even self-esteem. They have somebody there who can help you with the kind of things you need to talk about. It's convenient, it's professional, it's affordable. I want you to start living a better life, a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TWA. You can join over 1 million people. 1 million people who have already taken charge of their mental health, guys. Just go to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game. Round 4, question 1. Your category is, what's Kelsey eating? So you guys know I've always been bad at writing food questions, and recently I have adopted a new topic for my games called What's Kelsey Eating? The Kelsey in question is Kelsey Barkham. She has a much more interesting diet than I ever will. The question this week is, halloumi is what type of delicious foodstuff, frequently grilled or fried, due to its high melting point?
You spell halloumi?
HALLOUMI.
Sounds like you got meow meows, Adam.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Really?
We have 3 meow meows. Well, Adam does.
Oh, my goodness. Meow, meow! You guys are bringing the thunder today. I love it.
There's currently some halloumi in my home.
So,
That helps.
Ryan, I'm fairly certain that this is a kind of cheese.
Okay, that makes sense because they're popular in like fondues and fried cheese. And
fried cheese is a thing, especially if you're down here. Grilled cheese. And he also says high melting point. Melting is a huge thing with cheese. You want that's why if you want a thicker grate of cheese because it melts better. So
What other kind of food is going to melt? You're not going to have melted chicken or anything. Yeah, you think of cheese with that. So
yeah.
I don't know. What I've heard about the McDonald's nuggets is that eventually they will move back to their less solid state.
I'm fairly certain this is cheese.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, they're saying cheese. Adam and Ben, what did you say?
You take this big giant slab of Greek cheese and just splap it right down on like a griddle, and it just Yeah. Oh yeah, you get some like Maillard reaction going on. It is literally chef's kiss. It's very good. So we said cheese.
You're making me want to try it. That sounds like something I could cook. Do you season it?
Yeah, you can put on seasonings and salt, pepper, and various Mediterranean spices and herbs.
I've seen it cooked. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, like I'd put some basil on it, maybe a little bit of oregano, possibly. This sounds delicious. The correct answer is cheese.
Nice job.
And I loved that question. The melting point was a huge clue, obviously, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be cheese when it's fried or grilled, So really, really fun question.
God, I'm starving now.
Oh, and it's so good.
I did have cheese in my breakfast this morning, so because I had grits.
Breakfast of champions.
Because I'm a fine Southern person.
Oh, you made cheese grits?
I made cheese grits this morning.
Sweet. I had that. I had that before yesterday.
All right. Round 4. Question 2. Your category is shared name. Shout out to Rachel Schumann for this question.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
What name is shared both by the actress who played Rapunzel in Tangled and the dance choreographer who won a Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Choreography for her work on So You Think You Can Dance in 2017 and Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist in 2020?
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, so when you read the question, the first name that came to mind was Mandy Moore, because I remember researching this because my daughter loved this movie so much. I wanted to know who the actresses were in it. So
Mandy Moore seems awesome.
Yep. So you're gonna go ahead and lock in with Mandy Moore.
Okay. Carmela and Ryan.
Did we outthink ourselves here, Carmela?
We might have. We thought we were looking for just one name that was shared, not all the name. So I know Mandy Moore is Rapunzel. So we're like, okay, so it's a name shared. Like, is it the first name or the last name? And so we were like, it's probably the first name. So we just said Mandy, because that's what we thought you were asking.
Okay. Well, it's possible we misunderstood.
That's why it took us so long, as we were trying to figure out, are you asking for Mandy or are you asking for Moore?
So the thing is that the category is shared name. The question is, what name is shared by both? So it's not completely clear. It's not clear.
Yeah.
It's not clear, but at the same time, it's not really ambiguous either. It's kind of funny that way. So
Y'all also totally know who voiced
I know
Rapunzel.
that's the problem I'm having, because the goal is to know one or the other and figure out that it's obviously the same because it's the same. The answer is Mandy Moore, fantastic choreographer and obviously talented singer and voice actress. I'm going to give it to you. I say Mandy Moore for both teams. Both teams will get credit.
Yay.
It's obvious that they were talking about Mandy Moore. That's the name that they had.
I agree. And they didn't choose. If you had chosen another name, like if you said Mandy Moore and Mandy Smith or something, then I wouldn't have given you credit.
Yeah.
But because you just gave Mandy and you knew the Mandy you were thinking of was Mandy Moore, that's why I'm giving you credit.
Okay.
So these are two different people. That's
two different people.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought they were all the same. So that's
nope.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. Round 4, question 3. Your category is Rest in Peace. What former Pro Bowl wide receiver for both the Chargers and Buccaneers that retired after the 2016 season passed away in February of 2021 and was found by a housekeeper in a Homewood Suites room?
Oh, I know this. Can you repeat the teams again?
Chargers and Buccaneers.
I'm pretty sure it's that.
Diego Superchargers.
I have 2.5 meow meows.
This is, I mean, yes, let's just roll with it. I know that this happened. The name is escaping me.
Yep.
Okay, we're locked in with meow meows.
Okay, well, we were about to lock in with Ryan's meow meows because I'm not obviously, but my record on the show shows that I don't know this.
with the category Rest in Peace, and then as soon as you brought up Chargers wide receiver, but he's just one of those Pavlov response when you say Chargers receivers for me is Vincent Jackson. I had him on every fantasy football team for a decade, it seems, and then I remember he had a little bit of the stint with the Buccaneers. I can't remember how long he was on them, but it was, obviously big news around the Buccaneers having such a successful season, and obviously big news with my friends and I when he passed. And I just couldn't. I was 90% sure, but then with the Buccaneers Chargers connection, I finally sent it home that it was Vincent Jackson.
All right, and then Adam and Ben.
I learned this from a podcast I watch called I Am Athlete. It's a podcast hosted by Brandon Marshall, Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder, and Chad Ochocinco. They had one of their recent podcasts. They were talking about Vincent Jackson and passing away, and just talking about that. So I heard this probably in the last 10 days. So yep, we also locked in with Vincent Jackson.
Correct answer, Vincent Jackson.
Yay.
Really good job.
Hey.
I think his last season in Tampa was shared, so it was him on the left and Mike Evans was on the right, and it was two tall, fast, strong receivers. It was really impressive.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Vincent Jackson. All right, at the end of the fourth round, the score is 105 for Ryan and Carmela to 110 for Adam and Ben. All right, round 5, question 1. Your category is literature. What 1988 novel by Brazilian writer and lyricist Paulo Coelho tells the story of Santiago, who sets off to find treasure at the Egyptian pyramids after having what is believed to be a prophetic dream?
Can you spell the last name?
Coelho, I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, is Coelho. It could be like Coelho or something like that, or that's probably something like Quayo. I'm saying that like I know. I don't know.
All right, we're locked in.
All right, Ben and Adam.
Yeah, so I'll say that as one of the things I do at my high school is I coach the Quiz Bowl team. And so with a lot of literature, there's just a lot of times where like authors and books are linked in my mind. I cannot tell you anything at all about the plot. But if you come up with the author, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's the book. Or if you give me the book, I'll say like, that's the author. So first thing I said was blindness. And I was like, nope, that is a different author. That is, I think, Jose Saramago, I believe. So it took a second to come up with it. I know that this individual has a novel called The Alchemist. Could not tell you anything that it's about, presumably an alchemist. And I don't know if he has written any other works, but I'll tell you that every Quiz Bowl question I have read to my team, this is the only thing that is mentioned for this individual. So
that makes perfect sense to me.
It's a case of like, if it's not this, then I'm not going to be able to come up with anything better.
Yep. And I have a bag of nothing here, so I say we go with that.
Okay. We'll say The Alchemist.
Okay. Carmela and Ryan.
So I asked you to spell the last name because it's kind of a thing with people who read a lot, but they don't ever hear the words pronounced. Like you need to see what it looks like in order to understand what the word is. Mm-hmm. So kind of like Adam, I associate this name. I actually associate with 2 books, and it's The Water Knife and The Alchemist. But The Alchemist is the one that everybody knows from this person. So we also said The Alchemist.
The correct answer is The Alchemist.
Yes.
Nice job.
Waiting for you to say Water Knife. Yes. I was going to be like, oh, man.
No. So, Santiago meets an alchemist along his journey and learns a lot from him, is what I learned from the synopsis. So apparently really good story. And there's a lot of really good quotes that have come out of that novel. Some really thoughtful things about souls and romance and love and that kind of stuff. So really,
it's in my stack. Stuff. It's in my
I want to read
my
it
enormous
too.
Stack that I need to read.
My understanding is that the beginning is not good, but by the end it's gold.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, round 5, question 2. Your category is movies.
Movies.
In the Disney classic The Sword and the Stone, Merlin's owl Familiar was named for what Greek mathematician and inventor whose portrait is featured on the Fields Medal for outstanding achievement in mathematics? I snuck a math question into your movies category.
We're locked in.
Ooh. Adam's a math teacher who's freaking out over there.
All right, so Adam, all right, so let's go through some names.
I'm gonna lose my math teacher card.
No. We're gonna get this.
Team's gotta be cardless at the end of the day.
We're gonna get this. So I know that Pythagoras is pretty up there in the pantheon of great mathematicians.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Pythagoras. You have Descartes.
Did you say Greek mathematician by any chance?
I said for what Greek mathematician and inventor.
Okay, so not Descartes, obviously. He's French. I'm blanking on Greek mathematicians now, but...
Right? I mean, yeah, I'm thinking like you got Hero for Heron's formula. You've got, man, and all the Greek people I can think of now are all more like philosophers. Like your Plato's and your Aristotles and all that. Yeah, good old Socrates. There's, but like Pythagoras is not an inventor, is the thing, right? Like when I think Greek inventors, I think like Archimedes is the inventor that I think of. But was he like a mathematician?
Well, so from Mythbusters, I know that he invented the death ray, which was kind of a theoretical thing, and that there definitely would have been some math involved in getting the sunlight to bounce off of those.
Sure, that was like
Archimedes sounds. Yeah. That sounds like a great name for an owl in an animated film.
It does, because I get also like I don't know. I
haven't seen this movie in over 30 years for sure.
I also have not seen this movie in over my lifetime. But yeah,
I remember from my childhood being a great movie. I just haven't seen it.
It's fun. It's definitely, if you have kids, totally worth a watch with your kids. If you don't, but you just like good Disney animation, still really good.
I'm humming up one of the songs in my head.
So if we're choosing currently between Pythagoras and Archimedes, I like Archimedes better here.
It's weird. I like Archimedes for the movie angle.
Right.
I like Pythagoras for the field medal angle. Archimedes is great for an owl and like okay for a Fields Medal. Right. Pythagoras is great for a Fields Medal and just hot garbage for the name of an owl. Absolutely. I'm just trying to picture young Merlin being like, oh, Pythagoras, come help me with like, no. That's terrible. That's got to be Archimedes, right?
That's what I'm saying. Archimedes is the more popular of the two, in my opinion, for all the reasons that we've said.
I'll do it. I'll do Archimedes. I just don't want an owl to be called Pythagoras.
All right, Carmela and Ryan.
That was painful to watch.
Yeah. I love this movie as a kid. You know, you have Merlin and Arthur and Mad Madam Mim and the owl, whose name is definitely Archimedes.
I thought we had him.
Archimedes, get over here. Yes, the answer is Archimedes. So on the Fields Medal, that's who the bust is on the Fields Medal, because he was a superbly influential mathematician and inventor. There are like people like people like Galileo basically say there's quotes out there of them saying, if you think I'm special, you haven't read enough Archimedes. So that's a really influential guy. Okay, the next question in the fifth round. It is the third question in the fifth round. The category is science.
Science.
Another shout out to Clint Givens for this one.
Thanks, Clint.
In 1955, John V. Harrington and Paul Rosen filed a patent application. Figure 1 in the application was a diagram illustrating a modulator for the transmission of information in the form of a sequence of coded pulses. Figure 2 illustrated a demodulator for recovering the pulses. What is the common name of this device that many of us were amazed and annoyed by as it proliferated in the 1990s?
It took me a second to realize that when you said demodulator, I was like, why would someone be like modulating the D? But it's unmodulating.
It's a demodulator. Yeah, no, sounds like a toy.
You want to lock in?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're locked in.
Cool. Carmela and Ryan.
I was thinking some sort of annoying toy, but then Carmela had an interesting answer.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about a dial-up modem, or just a modem in general, because you're definitely sending information through one end and getting it on the other. And that sound, it was a necessary sound if you wanted to go on the internet, but it was awful. It was god awful. It being 1955, yeah, that feels old, but the internet itself is actually pretty old. It just has, developed very rapidly over the last 30 years.
Just, going off of the 90s, like you said, that sound is just so 90s.
If anybody lived in the 90s and hears that sound, they know exactly what it is.
I've forgotten what that sounds like. Can y'all remind me by chance?
I can't do it better than that. I think Carmela's got it. That's fine for me, Carmela. I don't have anything better.
All right, we're gonna say a modem.
Okay, Ben and Adam.
Similar conversation. I was going to try to attempt to do that noise, but I can't do it. So part of what we picked up on was the annoying noise, but then Adam, you picked up on maybe modem stands for modulate and demodulate. So we also went with modem.
You guys picked up the best clues in there. Modem is the correct answer, and It comes from MOD, modulate, and DEM, demodulate. That's exactly how the name came to be. And I added the little clue at the ending about the annoying sound just to kind of get you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That takes me back to like Netscape, America Online.
oh yeah.
You know.
Just that AOL sound.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
disc for like 100 hours.
You've got mail.
And just like
AIM. Right.
AIM is how I
R.I.P.
learned
AIM.
how to type.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Mavis Beacon's got nothing on AIM. That's all I'm saying.
See, for me, it was MUDs. Like, I knew how, but I didn't need to type fast until it was life or death.
Yep. Until you got instant messenger, then you're like, I had an ICQ. You know, it's just like.
Mhm. All right. So at the end of the 5th round, 140 to 135, Adam and Ben maintain their lead. This is a tight game. Also a high-scoring game. You all are doing great.
Burn it from
Barcelona is going to haunt me.
Oh no, Tisha Campbell's gonna haunt me way worse.
I'm sorry, man.
6th round, question 1. Your category is, can you hold my place? What is the 2-word name of the text placeholder that is used when actual text is not available? The 2 words are the first in a series of faux Latin words that have no actual meaning.
You seem confident, Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, Adam's got meow meows. We're locked in.
Like how many, dude? You got lots of meow meows today.
I'll take as many as you can give me.
Three is the max.
Adam is on it today. When he knows something, he knows it.
Yep.
Okay. So they're locked in.
I've never heard the term that you were saying, but it's not quite that, but you're circling it.
Yeah, it's like Lopez Lorem. I see it a lot in. So I do a lot of project work in my day job, and when we have documents and we don't have anything to fill in there yet, it's just like blank text. It's like Lopez Lorem or something like that. And I know you're a law student, so you know more Latin than I do.
But I wouldn't go that far. But he's saying they have the Latin sound, but they don't actually mean anything.
Yeah, like it doesn't. Like I'm sure it means something like in Latin, but it's like it doesn't mean anything in the scope of the document. It's just a placeholder.
Okay.
Would you like me to reread the question?
If you could.
Yep. What is the 2-word name of the text placeholder that is used when actual text is not available? The 2 words are the first in a series of faux Latin words that have no actual meaning.
Okay. And it's something like Lopez Lorem.
I'm just wondering if there's some sort of like joke with the term that can help us arrive at the right answer. Lopez Lorem sounds good. Definitely sounds Latin.
And I actually just saw it recently in a mock-up of a document that I had to review.
Okay.
So
all right. Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Then it sounds like you have at least something to back it up.
At least
I got
something.
Nothing.
I mean, I don't know if the words are exactly right, but I feel like it's close.
Mumble it. Maybe Jonathan won't hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
Should get close enough.
So we're gonna say Lopez Lorem.
All right, Adam and Ben.
Yeah, so growing up, my mother did a lot of work for ad agencies and like graphic design, and similarly laid out a lot of documents where they didn't quite have all the text ready, and so she just needed to mock stuff up. And as a kid, I would try to read these things, and I'd be like, "What? I know I can read, but like, what is this lorem ipsum? I do not understand what this is talking about." So I remember reading lorem ipsum over and over and over again, and just never getting it. Until finally she told me, like, no. You're not supposed to be able to read that. So we said lorem ipsum.
This is my Barcelona.
Yeah, the way that Carmela's head fell when she heard the correct answer of lorem ipsum, it was dramatic. It was just like, yeah, lorem ipsum is correct.
Adam, is there a reason for them using those words? Like, it had to come from somewhere, right? Is it like
It came from nowhere.
Yeah, they couldn't put in just, you can't just like mash the keyboard. So you kind of want words that look like from a distance it could be words. It's basically just, them all just mumbling cabbages over and over again.
Yeah.
Essentially.
All right.
Yep. Sorry, guys. You got high scores, though. Feel good about yourselves. Round 6, question 2. Your category is televisiones. This question's inspired by Will Gilbert and our friends over at Gentleman Octopus Trivia.
Thank you very much.
I took a question that they had the other night and modified it because I liked it so much. Here we go. What prime number is the name of a television show that ran from 1985 to 1990 and starred a young Regina King?
Oh, I have Meow Meows. We're locked in.
I also have Meow Mouse.
He didn't. Oh, I got Meow Meow!
The Regina King thing helped.
Do you want to 3, 2, 1 this?
We can.
Yes.
I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
227.
Yeah.
227 is the correct answer. Well done.
Nice
No
try.
place like home. Dun, dun. When your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you love and you don't need to roam, 'cause there's no place like home. Times are changing every day.
Jackie.
Great. Jackie, yes. Girl,
that's a good
child.
show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We are ready for our last question of the 6th round. The category is American history.
Hit 3.
What Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln survived an assassination attempt on the same night Lincoln himself was assassinated?
All right, we are locked in.
All right, Carmela and Ryan.
To answer your question, no, the only other name that jumps out at me from that night is I believe he had dinner with Grant that same night before, or he was supposed to go have dinner with Grant after. But Douglas, I mean, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I tend to conflate all those names of the politicians in that era. Do you remember the character? Did you see Lincoln?
I did not.
Or read? No. There's a character that's, not like he wasn't a vice presidential role or anything like that. He was like a cabinet member, integral to like his all his policy and there for every action he takes. And he's a very smart guy, and I should remember his name. But for some reason, Stephen Douglas is the only one that jumps out to me, or just Douglas to keep it vague. But I don't think that's it. But I thought it was something similar.
I am unfortunately not going to be much help for this one. I can give you 227, but I can't give you this.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking Douglas was he was actually just a candidate around that time, and I thought he had a debate with someone, and someone hit him with a cane.
Oh, well, damn.
Do you know that old it's some weird tidbit. But I'm sorry, Carmela. For all else, I'd have to maybe just say Douglas.
All right, Douglas, it is.
All right, Ben and Adam.
Yeah, we had some interesting dialogue on this. 'Cause first, I was like, I have absolutely no idea. And then, Adam, you threw a name out there.
Yeah, so this was all thinking that we know that and Ben, you were quick with the year with this, with 1867, which I believe that sounds spot on.
Yep.
1867 is when Alaska was purchased, and it was known as Seward's Folly. And I'm pretty sure that it was named after the Secretary of State at the time, who I think was William Seward, but Seward works. He and I are on a last name basis. and so we were thinking if Seward was Secretary of State in 67 and Lincoln was shot in 65 and Johnson would have still been president in 67, why would they just totally bring in a new cabinet?
Right, especially because that was Lincoln's second term.
Right.
So it would make sense for them to keep the same cabinet even with Johnson taking over. So we end up locking in Seward.
Your logic with the information you had was impeccable. The correct answer is William Seward.
I wouldn't have gotten
That
there.
was
Really
nice
great.
job.
Cool.
See,
really
the
certain that
Ben
is-
knowing about Alaska, that's critical. So good.
I am the Robin to Adam's Batman. Clearly I am not the main character here, but when he throws stuff out, I'm just really good at painting around it. So we make a good team in that way.
So it is a crazy story what happened. I wrote down a synopsis of it for you guys. So the assassination attempt was by a conspirator named Lewis Powell. It was part of a bigger conspiracy that John Wilkes Booth was a part of as well. So this was coordinated. It was nearly successful. He caught Seward in bed, recovering from a carriage accident. So Seward was hurt. Powell stabbed Seward multiple times in the neck and breast, but apparently A splint he was wearing around his neck due to his accident prevented him from having his jugular torn.
Holy crap.
During the attempt, Powell stabbed multiple members of Seward's family and staff before being chased off. Literally, he got into their house, fooled them into thinking he had a message for Seward, got to the stairs, and then somebody blocked him, and he just started stabbing people. He stabbed at least 2 different sons of Seward, and these are grown men. And in the room itself, was fighting off 2 or 3 guys at once. It's an intense situation. But the correct answer was Seward, and that means Adam and Ben. That was huge.
Wow. Yeah, great job, Adam.
I'm glad that you had that 67 knowledge.
I don't know why that's a Pavlov for me, but that's just one of those random facts that just stuck in my brain.
So at the end of the 6th round and going into the gauntlet, the score is 170 for Adam and Ben to 145 for Carmela and Ryan. And your gauntlet category is going to be The Butler Did It. Dun, dun, dun. You guys, by the way, Adam and Ben, the last time you didn't get full credit for a question was question 3 in round 2.
Wow.
Oh, I remember.
You swept the last 4 rounds and got 20 points in the midpoint.
Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to do that without Adam being here.
Same.
So
absolutely.
I'll take only a small amount of credit for that.
Our wager's locked in.
All right.
Our wager is also locked in.
Here we go. It is time for the gauntlet in the category of The Butler Did It. Question 1. Christopher Hewitt, member of the Royal Air Force in the 1930s and performer with West End and Broadway credits to his name, is best known for his work playing what butler in the late 1980s?
We're locked in.
So our answer is locked in.
Okay. Your next question in the Butler Did It gauntlet. Riff Raff is a Transylvanian butler and servant who has an unusually intimate relationship with his sister Magenta in what 1975 movie?
We're locked in.
Okay, we are also locked in.
All right, there we go. Great. Your third question in the Butler Did It gauntlet. Bloodchild, a winner of both the Hugo Award and Nebula Awards for science fiction and fantasy, was written by what author who is also known for her work on the Patternist series? Full name is required. Full name meaning first and last.
Our answer is locked in.
All right, Carmela and Ryan.
We were also just about to lock in.
Perfect. All right, everybody's locked in. We're going to go back through and you're going to give me your answers. Question 1, Christopher Hewitt, member of the Royal Air Force in the 1930s, best known for playing what butler in the 1980s? Carmela and Ryan, what did you say?
We went with, Michael Keaton movies, Batman. We said Alfred Pennyworth.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That's a good answer.
Oh, no.
Adam and Ben.
So late 80s, for me, that triggered television. We went the television route, and we locked in with Mr. Belvedere.
Okay. Question 2, I asked you what movie you found Riff Raff and Magenta from. What 1975 movie? Adam and Ben, what were you thinking?
Magenta triggered Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I seem to remember that that's the year before Rocky, because I always used to think it was the other way around. So we said Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And Ryan and Carmela?
100% Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, that just kind of triggered us for both of us. We both locked in with that pretty easily.
And the third question, Bloodchild and the Patternist series were the works of what author? Full name required. Carmela and Ryan, what did you say?
So I've read The Patternist, and it is Octavia Butler wrote that.
All right. Adam and Ben, what did you say?
We figured since you were looking for first name, the last name was Butler, and Octavia Butler is a sci-fi author, and those titles seemed to fit, so we said Octavia Butler.
All right. So let's go back through in reverse order since the first question was the one you had a difference on. Bloodchild and the Patternist series were works by Octavia Butler, a well-regarded science fiction fantasy writer, one of the best in the business.
Absolutely.
Riff Raff and Magenta were, in fact, characters from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Riff Raff was he managed to be bald and have long hair at the same time.
He had a mullet.
Impressive.
Wow.
Yeah. He had a bald mullet, like skin on top, long locks in the back.
And a hump. He had a very
hump, yes.
he had a hump.
And then Christopher Hewitt, member of the Royal Air Force in the 1930s, West End, Broadway credits to his name, known best for playing what butler in the late 80s? He starred alongside Bob Uecker. His name was Mr. Belvedere.
Yes!
Ooh, all right.
So, yeah, he was 16 when he joined the Royal Air Force, but he was born, his birthday was 1921.
Oh, wow.
So he was definitely an older gentleman in the late 80s when he did that show.
Wow.
Wow. So, great gauntlet. Adam and Ben got it correct. There's no way the score can change at this point, so the drama has fizzled. But Carmela and Ryan, what did you wager?
We wagered in hopes that they were going to bet conservatively and possibly get it wrong, but we bet 50.
All right, so you finished with 95. Adam and Ben, what did you wager?
So we were laughing because I said, okay, your range is 0 to 21. Safest bet is 24. And Adam goes, 24 works for me. I'm like, okay, you want to lock that in? And he's like, or 121. Yeah, because those numbers are so close together, it's hard to choose one. So we decided to go for the lockout. We went for 121.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So once they got it right, there was no chance. With a final score of 291 to 95, your winners today are Adam Freed and Benjamin Young.
Yay.
Great job, Adam. That is the most helpful. That's the most helpful I've ever felt in a game of Trivial Warfare.
Wow,
you were fantastic.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
I was really thrilled. I've had some hard games in the past, or games that people were really challenged by. I was really thrilled with the point scores in this game. I really enjoyed watching y'all play that.
Yeah. And there was only one question that both teams missed.
You're right. That was the third question in the first round. I don't remember what it was, though.
It was McFerrin.
Yeah, it was the Bobby McFerrin.
Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah. Because we went with the meme.
Yeah. 88. It was everywhere. All right. Before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout outs and promote causes they care about. Ryan, we'll start with you.
What's important to me is probably Veterans Affairs, Veterans of Foreign Wars, the Wounded Warrior Project. My brother's in the service. So if you do have anything to give, I know times are tough. The Wounded Warrior Project is always important. And then as well, I'm a pit bull dad. I always like to promote rescuing if you can. I know buying your favorite breed of dog is always tempting, but if you can, visiting pounds, rescuing when you can is always a huge help, saving dogs from what can be a horrible fate. So if you are able to, I always like to promote rescuing dogs in need and in need of a little TLC. And thank you guys for having me on. I am a big fan. I love what you guys do. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you as well. And Adam, go ahead and wrap us up. Tell everybody something that you care about.
Yeah. I always like to say, please support your local public schools. Teachers are out there putting in hours, and this year has been a year. So, we get in there, volunteer in the classroom. Like, don't just gripe and complain. Like, try to be the change that you want to see in the world and get involved with everything going on at schools. So that's my plug.
Let's get some petitions for some more money going into our school systems.
Yeah.
Let's see that happen. That's what I want to see. All right. Well, guys, this was an amazing game. Thank you both so much for joining us. And thank you to Ben and Carmela. You guys were fantastic players today. So for Ryan, for Adam, for Ben, for Carmela, I'm Jonathan. This has been episode number 322 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.